Hey everybody, welcome to Henry Disc Golf. We are at the Silver Lochs course in Antioch, Illinois. I am with my brother Jason. I am Jerry. Welcome aboard. We have hole 1 is a just about 300 foot par 3. We are moving from right to left with this shot. It is relatively straight and then just dumps to the left towards the end of the shot. Jason threw his first shot to right here. He did wind up coming up a little bit short. He has a sidearm approach, throws it a little bit past the basket. That was about a 80-foot approach shot. Here is my shot after my drive. We're going to go ahead and mark it. It is obstructed by the tree that is right in front of me. It is about a 30-foot shot. I decided to go with a little sidearm flick at the basket. Of course, left it way short, but overall it was a good look. Jason is now looking at his par putt. Jason today is using his Proton Soft Ohms as his putters. I use Tour Series Pro AVRs as my putters. Here we have hole 2. It is about a 270-foot par 3. You basically have this straight to flip shot. I'm going to be throwing my pink Champion Hawkeye on a little flex line. Basically throwing it straight and flat, and then letting the disc tail off to the right as it goes throughout its flight. That by far is one of my flippier Hawkeyes I have. Definitely had a great throw with it. It was about 10 to 12 feet past the basket. Here is Jason's second shot. Oh, very, very close to making that putt. He did an extremely good run. Here you can see me, again, about a 10 to 12 footer. Should be relatively routine for a birdie on hole number 2. Jason will be cleaning up his par here. There it is. All right, here we go. We have hole 3. This is about a 225-foot downhill shot. I threw the Cosmic Fury Logic there. It came out a little bit early and did hyzer off a little bit, but I have about a 25-footer for birdie. Jason is throwing his Proton Ohm. He does hold on to it a little bit too long. Does wind up going off to the right. Here is his look at birdie. He has about a 75-foot shot. That was a pretty decent upshot there. I think left him within about 15 feet. Here is my putt for birdie. This is about a 20 to 25-foot putt. Trying to keep it nice and high. Into the chains, drop down. There's a birdie. Here is Jason's look at par coming up here in a second. There he goes. Oh, that was a good run. He's definitely been struggling with his putting. He would like to have the Ohm in Electron plastic, baseline plastic. They don't make that one currently, so with the colder weather, the Ohm just isn't feeling as good in his hands as he would like. So here we have hole number 4. This is a 260-foot par 3. I'm going with a Proton Matrix. I come up a little bit short. We have about a 15-footer for birdie. I believe Jason was throwing a rhythm here. I could be wrong. I know his bag pretty well, but I don't know his discs quite off the top of my head. He He has a pretty decent shot. It does go a little bit past the basket, just hyzers off a little bit too far to the left. Here is where my drive wound up and where Jason's drive wound up. So you can see here, I'm about 15 to 20 feet away, slightly uphill. I believe this is a little bit of a tailwind putt right now. Kept it up high enough, went in. Jason is now putting for birdie. Ooh, again, just am side on the basket. Good look at a putt, good run. Now he'll just be tapping in his par. There it is. All right, hole number 5. This is about a 425-foot par 4. It is downhill basically the whole way. You just got to crest the top of the hill. I did wind up throwing that too low, and because I kind of overpowered it a little bit, I did turn it over, but it did make its way basically all the way down the hill. I'll have a look at an upshot. Jason is throwing a neutron jet on this throw. He hangs it out just a little bit too wide, maybe not wide enough, winds up clipping the pine tree in the middle and dropping down. This is where his drive wound up. Again, he's throwing that soft proton ohm. Soft proton ohm. Trying to make sure I talk straight for you guys. He has a decent looking upshot. Definitely left it a little short. He definitely wanted a little bit more power on that. This is where my drive wound up. You can see the basket in between the trees in the middle there. The trees that have leaves still on it. So I throw my Blue Star AVR putt and approach. Give it a very good bid. Kept it high, let it just float in towards the basket. Almost rang it up. Very good shot. Here is Jason for his birdie 3. Ooh, he really snapped that one. Got it going and definitely found himself with a long comeback putt. This is about a 20-25 footer for par. Boom, there it is. Cash. That was a good looking putt. Here is my tap in for birdie. That would be 4 birdies in a row for me. Here we do have hole number 6. This is a 240-foot par 3. It is a nice hyzer shot. You can see my zone going by. This tee pad is off to the left of where I have the camera placed. So I threw a zone, a jawbreaker one that went about 30 to 35 feet past the basket. Kept it out a little bit too wide. It just kind of popped up flat and kept going. That one will do that now. Jason's shot should be coming right here. There it is. Kept it on a great hyzer angle. It was pushing all the way towards the basket. He did wind up about 15 feet short for a birdie look. Here is my birdie look. Again, about a 30-footer. Slightly downhill and just never really gave it a chance. I definitely know that I putt with too much nose down angle on my putt. Trying to work on that hopefully this off season with Jason. Oh, again, am side, he just could not buy a putt today. It is a little bit unfortunate, but definitely tapping out some pars. We're going to go ahead and move on to hole number 7. So hole number 7 is probably about a 470-foot par 4. It is in the long pin placement, which is playing on the other side of the pond that you can see on your screen. I threw my pink Hawkeye again, threw it on a pretty decent angle. It kind of turned over a little bit too much, clipped some tree branches, and dropped on the other side of the pond. Jason here. I'm not too sure what he was throwing. Again, I know his bag, but I don't know it well enough to just say what he's throwing on all these shots. He did hold it a little bit too wide. It did wind up pushing a little bit too far to the left. He hit a tree and immediately dropped down. On his second shot here, he is going with a Star Rolo from Innova. Here, he just put it on the wrong angle. It wound up flipping up and cut rolling back into the little pines that are right there. So it definitely was not a great shot. He is still left with, I'd probably say, about 230 feet into the basket from right here. He's going to go ahead and mark that Rolo and throw it again. Unfortunately, he did just clip that tree bench on that last tree right there, which left him with a short shot. He is now throwing for 4. He has a beautiful shot here. It clipped the tree. He didn't really like it, but actually it was right next to the basket, so he'll have an easy tap in for bogey. Here I am from my drive, throwing my Blue Star Aviar. I did not want it to flip up like that, but I was kind of throwing into a headwind here. I did flip it up a little bit too much, didn't keep it on hyzer angle, so I did wind up going past the basket by about 40, 45 feet here. Here I have a look at a jump putt. I'm trying to give this a nice healthy bid. Going, oh, and tapping out. Just tickling chains. So here is my par tap-in. There it is, nice and smooth. Jason with his bogey tap-in. There it is. Moving on to hole number 8. So hole number 8 is pushed back into a longer pin placement as well. This is about a 260-foot par 3. It's actually more like 275, maybe even 280. With it being pushed back. I throw my fission reactor down the gut. Jason, unfortunately, does clip that first tree and drops down only about 40 feet off the tee pad. He throws a second shot into the ground here. He is now throwing his third shot. His third shot is upcoming right here. It just winds up throwing with too much hyzer angle and then kicks a tree to the left. You can see my disc, which is right there, would have been parked for the short pin placement. Jason has a nice little sidearm flick upshot. We actually missed my upshot there, but I wound up throwing an upshot to right there. A tap in par for my par. I believe that is a bogey for Jason. Actually, that is a double bogey. On to hole number 9. Hole number 9 is a 230-foot par 3. I throw my Z zone, just wind up pushing it too far to the left, kept it up a little bit too high, not enough width on it, and it did push into the wood line on the left-hand side. Jason threw a great shot, kept it wide. It does come up just a touch short, as you can see here. I'm in the wood line right there. There's my putt. Just dink it off the cage. Of course, make the zone on second shot. And then Jason just airballs again. He said he didn't grab his putter, and unfortunately, he did miss his putt. So we're just going to tap in a couple of pars to finish it out. I want to thank you guys for joining us for this 9 holes on Henry Disc Golf. You will see more of Jason, more of myself, and also a couple of my other brothers. Have a great day and make it good for somebody else.